What I learned at my visit to Rentech. I had a great visit during the month of December to Rentech, which is located near Palm Beach, Florida. It's actually in Jupiter, but anyway. Rentech is one of those places that's sort of a mecca of Mercedes Benz performance because it was started by Hartmut Feil. Hartmut was one of the original, I would say the original staff of AMG of North America, and indeed of AMG in Germany. So Hartmut's experience with AMG started when he was just a teenager, and by the time he was in his early 20s, he was doing all sorts of things for AMG, installing engines, building engines, servicing customer vehicles, providing race support. Hartmut really has done it all. So the man is a treasure trove of knowledge. So I was very fortunate that when I went to go visit the headquarters of Rentech, Hartmut and his technicians gave me a generous amount of their time, showed me around the place, and told me what they were up to. And so there were some topics that I really wanted to discuss with Hartmut because they utterly fascinated me. And so I'm making this video more so that I remember what stood out to me during that visit. My main curiosity when I went to Rentech was, what did they do, or what is the truth about the M117 quad cam engine, colloquially known as the Hammer engine? This mythical beast, which is a 4-cam, 4-valve per cylinder version of the M117 that was designed as a hybrid road racing engine, meaning that it was perfectly comfortable on the road and perfectly comfortable doing a lot of damage on the track too, was essentially the crowning achievement of AMG. And so there were some questions I'd asked Hartmut that I thought were very interesting, that I thought maybe, would provide a good topic of discussion on this channel. So the first question I asked him was, did Mercedes get the inspiration for the M119 engine, which debuted in 1989 on the European market 500 SL, from AMG's quad cam concept? And of course, the fruition of this, which was the Hammer engine. But what Hartmut told me surprised me. He said that there was more collaboration between Mercedes and Porsche to take the M117 engine in-house and build a double overhead cam cylinder head for it. Now, the M119 bottom end is essentially an M117 bottom end with a number of reinforcements and changes made to the block casting to be able to accommodate the cylinder heads. But these engines are more similar than different. I didn't even know that Porsche had a hand in this, but then I started thinking to myself, of course Porsche might have, because they had the 928. The 928 was powered by a 4-cam V8 at that point in time as well. And even though it started out as a single overhead cam V8, Porsche quickly developed its potential by expanding the number of valves, expanding the capacity of the 928's engine, and turning it into a real hot rod. Now, what mesmerized me even more was that AMG at the time was working to a degree to improve the M117, but not because Mercedes had asked them to. In other words, they weren't getting paid by or partnering with Mercedes in terms of a financial commitment. While there was some collusion between Mercedes engineers and AMG engineers to develop this, this was strictly an idea that had come to AMG themselves. They could have purchased and developed any engine that they wanted to. They could have just started getting 928 engines and breathing on them, but instead they chose to take the M117 and turn it into their own engine, which, as we have seen, has produced something incredibly valuable, outstanding, and noteworthy that is definitely the hallmark achievement of pre-merger AMG technology. Now, a third thing that I was really fascinated about was the presence of Melker in the Mercedes-Benz AMG hierarchy. So Melker was the M in AMG, and I can't remember his first name, that's why I haven't cited it in the video, but a lot of us thought that he was not as involved. In fact, some AMG literature erroneously states that he had become uninvolved in the company after the move to a Falterbach had materialized. The truth was that Melker is still involved with Mercedes AMG to this day and did most of the engineering development work on their significant engines. So he was heavily involved with the quad cam engines. He is heavily involved with the racing engines. And he happened to be heavily involved in almost all the major AMG mechanical developments since the beginning of the company. So this was a piece of information that really blew my mind. Now, what Hartmut told me is that Mr. Melker is a very private man. And so he could care less if his name is attached to anything. But he certainly hasn't maintained, a public existence. He's sort of operated in a space where he can quietly do his favorite thing, which appears to be engineering work. So this is good to know. Now, one of the last things that I discussed with, switching gears a little bit, I met some of the staff at Rentech. And so Hartmut probably does a better job of picking his staff than any performance shop I've ever met, because instead of his technicians being, caffeine addicted speedheads, they're kind of highly intelligent. They're like the Harvard class of performance engineering. And what I see there is how methodically they develop things. For example, one of his technicians carefully and methodically installed an M120 engine in a 560 SEC. Now, normally I'm against these kinds of modifications because they're not done well. They're not executed in such a way that the necessary parts are sourced from Mercedes, are usually installed haphazardly. But in this case, everything was laid out so perfectly, you would have thought that the factory built this car. And I couldn't help but be completely taken with just how well engineered this just beautiful M120 setup in this 560 SEC had been integrated into the 126 chassis. I also met his head of engineering, who I talked to at length, and I learned a little bit about how they build parts for their engines. So every part starts with a CAD model that goes out to a manufacturer to be built, and then it's brought back into to Rentech as a prototype and then extensively tested on real-world applications. For example, if they're engineering connecting rods, they'll build engines with these rods and run them on test benches to make sure that they are able to withstand thousands of hours of extreme performance. What I found even more interesting, though, about this whole thing was the fact that Rentech provides all kinds of services for classic Mercedes, modern Mercedes, and Mercedes that they're building, which gives me a lot of hope because it means that I'm not the person that has to do all of this stuff. I saw some beautiful SGS Gullwings there, as well as cars like a 500E and, the typical and necessary SLS AMGs, all of which were getting some great service by hands-on individuals who really care about the car. So I had a great trip. And this was very eye-opening for me. And if any of you ever get a chance to visit Rentech, it's certainly worthwhile. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And enjoy learning as much as you can about your classic Mercedes. Thank you.